What if I told you that dragons, powerful and majestic creatures, once roamed the skies of ancient Celtic lands? Welcome, dear listener, to a journey unlike any other. Tonight, we delve into the mystical tale of the Celtic Dragon's Curse, a bedtime audiobook designed to transport you to a realm where legends come alive and tranquility awaits. As you settle in, allow the soothing narrative to gently guide you into a meditative state, helping you unwind and drift into a peaceful slumber. Stay with us until the end of this enchanting story, where the magic of the Celtic dragons intertwines with calming sleep meditation to ensure you a night of restful and rejuvenating sleep. Are you ready to embark on this magical voyage? Let's begin. Picture a land untouched by the modern world, where rolling green hills stretch as far as the eye can see, dotted with ancient stone formations and lush forests teeming with life. The air is crisp and invigorating, carrying the delicate scent of wildflowers and the sweet aroma of pine. This is the heart of the Celtic landscape, a place steeped in mystery and rich with folklore. As the sun sets, casting a golden glow over the horizon, shadows begin to dance on the ancient stones, whispering secrets of a time long past. The gentle rustle of leaves in the evening breeze and the distant call of an owl create a symphony of nature, inviting you to lose yourself in the timeless beauty of this enchanted world. Here, in this serene and magical setting, dragons once soared through the skies, their scales shimmering like precious gems in the moonlight. The villagers, with their deep respect for these majestic creatures, told tales of their wisdom and power around crackling fires, passing down legends from generation to generation. It is within this enchanting backdrop that our story unfolds, where the lines between reality and myth blur, and the spirit of the Celtic dragons still lingers, waiting to guide you into a realm of dreams and peaceful slumber. Let the magic of this ancient land wrap around you as you close your eyes and drift into the world of the Celtic Dragon's Curse. The legend of the Celtic dragon begins with a creature both feared and revered. The Celtic dragon, known in Gaelic as Draig, was believed to be the guardian of the land. Originating from the deepest, most ancient forests, these dragons were said to embody the very spirit of nature itself. With scales that glistened like emeralds and eyes that held the wisdom of centuries, they were seen as the keepers of sacred secrets and the protectors of the natural world. In Celtic mythology, the dragon was much more than a mere beast. It represented sovereignty, power, and a deep mystical connection to the earth. Legends tell that these dragons would emerge during times of great need, their presence a symbol of protection and balance. It is said that they could control the elements, summoning the winds, rain, and even wielding the power of fire. The stories passed down through generations spoke of their enchanted lairs, hidden deep within the hills, where treasures beyond imagination were guarded fiercely. However, the true treasure was the knowledge and wisdom they shared with those deemed worthy. These dragons were not solitary giants, they were intertwined with the life of the land and the people. Villagers often left offerings at sacred sites, hoping to gain favor or insight from these majestic beings. As revered as they were, the dragons also symbolized the untamed, unpredictable forces of nature. Their tales were not just of grandeur and might, but also of caution and respect for the natural world. This profound reverence is what kept the legends of the Celtic dragons alive, transcending time and continuing to inspire awe and wonder. Close your eyes and imagine the great wings of the dragon casting shadows over the land, protecting it from unseen threats. Feel the warmth of their presence, guiding you into a serene state of calm and reflection. Let the spirit of the Celtic dragon envelop you, bringing a sense of ancient wisdom and tranquility as you drift deeper into the realm of dreams. The Curse Unveiled was a tale that echoed through the ages, whispered with reverence and fear among the villagers. The once harmonious bond between the dragons and the people began to fracture when a great wrong was committed against these noble creatures. One fateful day, driven by greed and desperation, a group of warriors sought to steal the sacred treasures guarded by the dragons. This betrayal sparked the wrath of the ancient beings, and in their fury, the dragons unleashed a powerful curse upon the land. The curse cast a dark shadow over the Celtic lands, causing the once lush green hills to wither and the forests to fall silent. Rivers that once flowed abundantly with crystal clear water dried up, leaving the earth parched and barren. The delicate balance of nature was disrupted, and a sense of desolation spread across the villages. Crops failed to grow, and famine began to take hold, bringing suffering to the people who had always lived in harmony with their surroundings. Halloran, the wise elder of the village, sensed the gravity of the curse and the deep sorrow of the dragons. He knew that the only way to lift the curse was to seek the forgiveness of the dragons and restore the sacred bond. Guided by ancient rituals and the whispers of the wind, Halloran led a group of villagers on a journey to the heart of the dragon's lair, hidden deep within the hills. As they approached, the air grew heavy with an otherworldly presence. The dragons, with their eyes glowing like molten gold, emerged from the shadows. Their majestic forms filled the space, and a deep, resonant voice echoed through the chamber, demanding to know why the villagers had come. With humility and reverence, Halloran explained their plight and their sincere desire to make amends. Moved by the elders' wisdom and the villagers' genuine remorse, the dragon elders summoned the winds to carry away the curse. Though forgiveness was not easily earned, the presence of the dragons began to shift from wrath to contemplation. Through heartfelt offerings and the restoration of sacred sites, the villagers demonstrated their renewed respect for the natural world. Slowly, the curse began to lift, and signs of life returned to the land. Green shoots emerged from the earth, rivers flowed once more, and the song of the forest creatures filled the air. The bond between the dragons and the people was restored, stronger and more profound than before. The legend of the Celtic dragon's curse serves as a timeless reminder of the balance between humanity and nature, and the power of humility, respect, and forgiveness in healing even the deepest wounds. As you lie in the stillness of the night, let the story of the curse's unveiling guide you into a deep, restful sleep, knowing that harmony and peace can always be restored when we honor the ancient wisdom of the land. The village of Dúnmharú, once a vibrant and flourishing haven nestled in the heart of Celtic land, now lay under the heavy shadow of the dragon's curse. Once bright and bustling, with children laughing and playing in the fields, Dúnmharú had become a place of sorrow and struggle. The villagers, whose faces once glowed with health and happiness, now bore the lines of worry and fatigue. Their daily lives were marked by the relentless search for food and water, as the once fertile lands yielded no crops. The sweet aroma of baking bread and the hearty laughter that once filled the village square had been replaced by the grim determination of people trying to survive. The cottages, built of sturdy stone and thatch, now stood weathered and worn, their roofs sagging from neglect. The streets, once filled with the colorful wares of merchants and the jovial sounds of market day, were now silent save for the occasional murmur of a worried conversation. The village well, which had once been a place of gathering and gossip, now stood dry and abandoned, a harsh reminder of the curse's devastating impact. Yet, amidst the struggle, there remained a flicker of hope. The village elders, with their deep knowledge of the land and its ancient ways, guided the younger generations with stories of resilience and faith. The blacksmith, once renowned for his skill in crafting tools and weapons, now spent his days repairing what little he could, his forge a rare source of warmth and light in the dark times. The healer, a woman of great wisdom, tirelessly scoured the barren fields for any remnants of medicinal herbs, her heart heavy with the burden of so many ailments. Parents, though weary, shared tales of the old days with their children, instilling in them a sense of hope and determination. They spoke of the days when the dragons soared above, their scales glittering in the sunlight, and the land was rich and bountiful. They whispered promises of restoration and renewal, knowing that the path to redemption lay in their hands and hearts. Every seed planted, every ritual performed, every act of kindness became a silent prayer for the curse to lift. As the village of Dúnmharú struggled on, their unity and unwavering spirit shone through the darkness. Their collective will to honor the dragons, restore the sacred balance, and bring life back to their beloved home was the beacon that guided them through the trying times. And so, as you listen to the tale of Dúnmharú, let the resilience of its people inspire you, and may their journey towards harmony and renewal bring you peace and comfort. The tale now turns to Finn, the brave warrior whose heart was as strong as the ancient stones that marked the Celtic landscape. Born into a lineage of fierce protectors, Finn's destiny was intertwined with the land and its mystical inhabitants. Raised on the stories of dragons and their sacred bond with humanity, he grew up with a profound respect for these majestic creatures. From a young age, Finn exhibited strength and courage that set him apart. His eyes, the color of the deep forest, held a determination that inspired those around him. Trained in the art of combat and versed in the ancient lore of his forebears, Finn was more than just a warrior. He was a guardian of the old ways. As the curse tightened its grip on the land, Finn's resolve only grew stronger. He could not stand idly by while his people suffered under the weight of the dragon's wrath. The village elders, recognizing his spirit and fortitude, entrusted him with the monumental task of seeking out the dragons and finding a way to lift the curse. Finn was not only driven by duty, but also by a personal vow to his family and friends. The memory of his mother, who had passed down tales of the dragon's wisdom and power, fueled his mission. He carried with him a charm she had given him, a symbol of protection and hope. Every step Finn took on his journey was guided by the ancient teachings he held close to his heart. As he traveled through the withered lands, he encountered remnants of the once vibrant life that had flourished there. His path led him through dense forests and over rocky hills, each step a reminder of the battle between the ravages of the curse and the resilience of nature. The journey was arduous, filled with both physical challenges and moments of deep introspection. Finn's determination never wavered, even as he faced the harsh realities of the curse's impact. He met other villagers along the way, their stories of struggle and perseverance only strengthening his resolve. Each encounter reaffirmed his commitment to restoring balance and harmony to the land. As Finn approached the lair of the dragons, he was met with an eerie silence. The air was thick with an ancient power that seemed to hum with every breath. The entrance to the lair was guarded by towering stone statues of dragons, their eyes seemingly alive with a watchful presence. With a heart full of reverence and a mind focused on his mission, Finn entered the lair. The dragons, sensing the purity of his intentions, emerged from the shadows. Their eyes, wise and penetrating, seemed to peer into his very soul. Finn, with humility and respect, recounted the plight of his people and the sincere desire to atone for the wrongs committed against the dragons. He spoke of the unified efforts of the villagers to restore the sacred sites and honor the natural world. The dragons, moved by his words and the genuineness of his plea, began to consider the possibility of forgiveness. Finn's bravery and unwavering resolve became the bridge that connected the hearts of the dragons and the villagers. His journey was not just a quest for redemption, but also a testament to the enduring spirit of his people. As the dragons contemplated lifting the curse, they recognized Finn as a true warrior, not just in strength but in wisdom and humility. And so, dear listener, as you immerse yourself in the tale of Finn, let his courage and determination inspire you. Allow his journey to guide you into a peaceful slumber where dreams of harmony and renewal await. The wise seer, known as Eleonora, resided at the edge of the village in a small, secluded hut woven from reeds and branches. Her presence was a beacon of hope and knowledge for the villagers, who often sought her guidance in times of uncertainty. Eleonora had lived through many cycles of the moon, her wisdom deepened by the countless seasons she had witnessed. Her eyes, a striking shade of blue that mirrored the depths of the ocean, held the secrets of the world and beyond. With her long, flowing hair the color of freshly fallen snow, she emanated an aura of ancient power and serenity. Finn, knowing the importance of her counsel, approached Eleonora with a heart full of respect and a mind open to her teachings. As he stepped inside her humble abode, the air was filled with the soothing scent of lavender and sage, herbs known for their calming properties. Eleonora welcomed Finn with a gentle smile, her eyes twinkling with a knowing that put him at ease. She motioned for him to sit by the warm hearth, where the flames danced and cast flickering shadows on the walls. Finn explained his mission, the plight of his people, and the daunting task that lay before him. Eleonora listened intently, her expression thoughtful and serene. When he had finished, she closed her eyes and took a deep breath, drawing upon the ancient wisdom that flowed through her veins. After a moment of silence, Eleonora spoke with a voice that was both soft and commanding, like the whisper of the wind through the trees. She told Finn of the deeper connection between the dragons and the land, a bond that was forged through mutual respect and balance. She revealed that the curse could only be truly lifted by restoring this sacred balance, not through force but through understanding and harmony. Eleonora shared with Finn the ancient rituals and symbols that held the key to the dragons' hearts. She spoke of a sacred offering, one that represented the unity of nature and humanity, to be presented with pure intentions and a humble heart. This offering, she explained, would open the dragon's eyes to the sincerity of the villagers' efforts. She also imparted to Finn knowledge of a hidden path, one that led to the heart of the dragon's lair, a path that was protected by ancient spells and could only be traversed by those with a true purpose. With her guidance, Finn felt a renewed sense of determination and clarity. He understood that his journey was not just about lifting the curse, but about restoring a lost harmony that was vital to the survival of both his people and the dragons. As Finn prepared to leave, Eleonora placed a hand on his shoulder, her touch filled with a reassuring warmth. She handed him a small, intricately carved talisman, a symbol of protection and guidance. This will light your way in the darkest moments and remind you of the strength and wisdom within, she said, her voice a soothing lullaby. Finn thanked Eleonora with a deep bow, his heart filled with gratitude and respect. As he stepped out of her hut and into the cool night air, he felt a profound sense of purpose and calm. The journey ahead was still fraught with challenges, but with the wise seer's knowledge and the strength of his spirit, he was ready to face whatever lay ahead. Let the wisdom of Eleonora guide you as you drift into sleep, reminding you that even in the darkest times, there is a light that shows the way to harmony and peace. The journey for Finn began with meticulous preparations. He understood that this quest was not just a physical challenge, but a spiritual one as well. With the guidance of Eleonora's wisdom and the talisman she had given him, Finn started his preparations with great care. He visited the village blacksmith, where he carefully selected weapons and tools that would aid him on his journey. These were not just instruments of combat, but symbols of his commitment to the cause. The blacksmith, with his seasoned hands and careful craftsmanship, forged a sword that gleamed with an almost ethereal light, a weapon that carried the hopes of the entire village. Next, Finn gathered provisions for the long journey ahead. He packed dried meats, bread, and medicinal herbs, ensuring that he would have the sustenance and healing properties needed for the trials he might face. Each item was chosen with thoughtfulness, a testament to his understanding of the journey's gravity. The villagers, aware of his mission, contributed what they could, small tokens of gratitude and well wishes that were lightweight but carried the weight of their hopes and prayers. With his preparations complete, Finn set out at dawn, the first rays of sunlight casting a golden hue over the landscape. The village gathered to see him off, their faces a mixture of concern and admiration. As he walked through the village, he felt the eyes of his people on him, their silent prayers surrounding him like a comforting cloak. He nodded in acknowledgement, his heart swelling with determination as he stepped beyond the boundaries of his familiar world. Finn's journey began with a path that led him through the dense, ancient forests that bordered the village. The trees, tall and majestic, seemed to whisper encouragement as their leaves rustled in the gentle breeze. The forest was a place of both beauty and danger, its serenity masking the challenges that lay ahead. Finn moved with caution, every sense alert, trusting in the knowledge imparted by Eleonora and the strength imbued in him by his ancestors. As he ventured deeper into the forest, the terrain became increasingly rugged. Rocky trails and steep inclines tested his endurance, but Finn's resolve remained unshaken. He crossed clear, babbling brooks and dense thickets, each step bringing him closer to his destination. The talisman around his neck glowed faintly, giving him a sense of direction and purpose. Finn often paused to consult the map that Eleonora had drawn for him, its lines and symbols guiding him through the labyrinth of nature. Nightfall brought with it a different set of challenges. As darkness enveloped the forest, the sounds of nocturnal creatures filled the air. Finn made camp in a small clearing, the glow of his campfire providing a beacon of warmth and light. He sat by the fire, his thoughts filled with the tales of the dragons and the hope of redemption for his people. He knew that this was just the beginning of a long and arduous journey, but the flame of his determination burned brightly within him. As he lay down to rest, Finn's thoughts drifted to the stories his mother had told him, stories of dragons and the sacred bond with humanity. He held the talisman close, feeling a sense of connection to his ancestors and the wisdom they had passed down. The gentle crackling of the fire and the distant calls of the night creatures created a soothing symphony, lulling him into a peaceful slumber. And so, dear listener, as you follow Finn on the beginning of his perilous journey, let his courage and meticulous preparations inspire you. Allow his unwavering resolve to guide you into a deep, restful sleep, knowing that every journey, no matter how challenging, begins with a single determined step. The journey through the enchanted forest was unlike any other part of Finn's quest. This forest, with its towering ancient trees and luminescent flora, was a place where the ordinary laws of nature seemed to bend. As Finn ventured deeper, the atmosphere around him grew thick with a palpable sense of magic. It was not long before he encountered his first glimpse of the forest's enchantment. Softly glowing mushrooms lined the path, casting a gentle, ethereal light that guided his steps. The air was filled with the delicate sound of whispering leaves and the distant tinkling of unseen bells. Each breath he took was infused with the scent of blooming jasmine and sweet, ripe berries. The forest was alive in a way that was both inviting and mysterious, a place where the boundary between reality and fantasy blurred. Finn moved carefully, his senses heightened by the enchantment around him. Suddenly, he noticed a small, winged creature flitting between the trees. It was a pixie, its wings shimmering like the finest gossamer, catching the light and creating a mesmerizing display. The pixie paused to observe Finn, its large, curious eyes sparkling with a mischievous intelligence. Sensing no threat, Finn nodded in a silent greeting. The pixie, in response, offered a high-pitched giggle before darting away, leaving a trail of sparkling dust that twinkled in the air. As Finn continued his journey, he encountered more of the forest's magical denizens. An elegant stag with antlers that glowed faintly under the canopy's filtered light stepped gracefully into his path. Its eyes, wise and ancient, met Finn's gaze, and for a moment they shared a silent understanding. The stag then bowed its head slightly, as if acknowledging Finn's purpose, before disappearing into the foliage. The deeper Finn ventured, the more the forest revealed its secrets. He stumbled upon a glade where the trees formed a perfect circle, their branches intertwining above to create a natural, dome-like sanctuary. In the center of this glade, a crystal-clear spring bubbled up from the ground, its waters sparkling with an inner light. Finn knelt by the spring, cupping his hands to take a drink. The water was cool and refreshing, filling him with a renewed sense of strength and clarity. It was in this enchanted place that Finn encountered the wisest of the forest's inhabitants, a great owl with eyes that glowed like amber in the twilight. Perched on a low branch, the owl regarded Finn with a solemn gaze. Finn, remembering Eilinora's teachings, offered a respectful bow. The owl, in turn, hooted softly, a sound that echoed with ancient wisdom. It spread its majestic wings and motioned for Finn to follow. Trusting in the forest's guidance, Finn followed the owl through winding paths and over moss-covered stones. The owl led him to a hidden grove where the air was filled with the soft hum of magical energy. Here, Finn found a circle of standing stones, each one etched with arcane symbols and glowing with a faint, otherworldly light. This was a sacred site, a place of great power and significance. Finn knew that these stones were a testament to the deep connection between the land and its magical protectors. As he stood within the circle, he felt a profound sense of peace and purpose wash over him. The stones seemed to pulse with life, their energy resonating with the talisman around his neck. Finn closed his eyes, allowing the forest's magic to fill his senses. The standing stones whispered secrets of the ancient bond between dragons and humans, tales of harmony and balance that had existed long before the curse. Finn understood that his journey was about more than just lifting the curse. It was about rekindling that sacred relationship. With a grateful heart, Finn thanked the forest and its inhabitants for their guidance. As he made his way out of the enchanted grove, he felt lighter and more resolved than ever. The creatures of the forest, the luminescent plants, and the ancient wisdom he had encountered all contributed to his growing understanding of the task ahead. And so, dear listener, as you accompany Finn through the enchanted forest, let the magic and wonder of this place wash over you. Allow the beauty and tranquility of the forest to guide you into a restful sleep, knowing that even in the most mystical places, there is always a path of light and wisdom to follow. The trials of valor tested Finn's mettle in ways he had never imagined, each trial designed to challenge not just his strength but his spirit and wisdom. The first trial was the test of courage. Deep within a cavern shrouded in darkness, Finn had to face his deepest fears. The air was thick with an eerie silence, and shadows danced menacingly on the cave walls. As he moved forward, the ground beneath him began to tremble, and ghostly apparitions emerged, their wails echoing through the cavern. These phantoms represented the fears of his ancestors, the failures and regrets that haunted them. Finn summoned every ounce of his courage, remembering the tales of heroism from his mother. With each step, the phantoms grew weaker, their forms dissolving into mist as Finn's unwavering heart guided him through the darkness. Next came the trial of wisdom. In a grove filled with ancient trees, Finn encountered a riddle posed by the forest's guardian spirit, a wise old fox with eyes that gleamed with intelligence. The fox presented him with a conundrum about the balance of nature and the essence of harmony. Finn contemplated the riddle deeply, drawing upon Eleanor's teachings and the wisdom he'd gathered on his journey. He realized that the answer lay in understanding the interconnectedness of all life. His thoughtful response pleased the fox, who revealed the path to the next trial with a respectful nod. The third trial was the test of strength. In a clearing illuminated by the soft glow of moonlight, Finn faced an ethereal beast, a creature of pure energy and formidable power. It roared, the sound reverberating through the night. The beast charged at Finn, each clash of their forces sending sparks of magic into the air. With each strike, Finn's muscles burned, and his breath grew heavy, but the thought of his village's plight and the hope of his people fueled his resolve. He fought valiantly, using the skills honed over years of training, and with a final, powerful blow, he bested the beast, which then transformed into a gentle, glowing light, a sign of his triumph. The final trial was the test of heart. Finn found himself in a serene meadow where he encountered visions of his loved ones, their faces filled with sorrow and despair. This trial required him to confront his deepest emotions and the pain of his people's suffering. It was here that Finn had to demonstrate compassion and love, the very essence of his mission. He knelt on the soft grass, closed his eyes, and reached out with his heart, sending waves of hope and healing toward the visions. The meadow began to bloom with vibrant flowers, the air filled with the sweet scent of renewal. The visions smiled, their faces now radiant with peace, signifying the success of his heartfelt endeavor. Having overcome all the trials, Finn stood tall, his resolve stronger than ever. The land around him seemed to breathe with life, acknowledging his worthiness. As he returned to the path, the trials behind him, he felt a profound sense of accomplishment and clarity. The dragons had set these trials not just to test his abilities, but to ensure he embodied the virtues necessary to restore balance and harmony. And so, dear listener, as you reflect on the trials of valor that Finn bravely faced, let his journey remind you that true strength lies not just in the body, but in the heart and mind. Allow his courage and determination to lull you into a peaceful sleep, knowing that within each of us lies the power to overcome any challenge. The journey led Finn to the Mystic River, a place whispered about in ancient lore for its enchanting and enigmatic nature. As Finn approached the river, he was struck by its ethereal beauty. The water shimmered with a glow that seemed to emanate from the very depths, casting an otherworldly light on the surrounding landscape. The river was wide and its surface smooth, like a mirror reflecting the sky above. Yet beneath this calm exterior, there was a sense of deep, powerful currents running through it, currents that held both mystery and challenge. Finn knew that crossing the Mystic River was no ordinary task. It required not just physical strength, but a deep understanding of its magical essence. Stepping to the edge, he felt the cool mist rising from the water, carrying with it the scent of ancient forests and forgotten secrets. He saw faint, ghostly shapes moving beneath the surface, remnants of the river's guardians, creatures bound to protect its sacred flow. Taking a deep breath, Finn decided to wade into the river. As soon as his feet touched the shimmering water, he felt a sudden chill run up his spine. The river resisted his presence, the currents swirling around him with a force that threatened to pull him under. But Finn stood firm, drawing upon the strength and wisdom he had gained from the trials. He knew he had to find harmony with the river's flow, to move with it rather than against it. With each step, Finn felt the river testing him, its currents probing his resolve and intention. He paused in the middle of the river, feeling the water rise around him. Here, the current was strongest, and he realized that this was the true challenge of the Mystic River. He had to face the river's spirit, an ancient being that guarded the passage. A figure emerged from the water, a being of fluid grace and formidable presence. Its eyes, like the depths of the river, held untold stories and wisdom. "Why do you seek to cross the Mystic River?" The spirit's voice echoed, gentle yet powerful. Finn, maintaining his calm, spoke with respect and sincerity. He explained his mission to lift the curse and restore balance to the land, describing the suffering of his people and the hope that guided his journey. The river spirit listened, its gaze never leaving him. "To cross, you must become one with the river," the spirit said. "You must surrender your fears and trust in the currents." Finn nodded, understanding the deeper meaning of this challenge. He closed his eyes, letting go of the tension in his body and mind. He focused on the flow of the water, feeling its rhythm and pulse. Slowly, he allowed himself to move with the river, his body becoming a part of its current. The resistance he felt began to ease, and the water around him seemed to embrace rather than repel. The river spirit watched with approval as Finn demonstrated his willingness to trust and adapt. The currents calmed, and the water level around him began to lower, revealing a clear path to the other side. Finn took measured steps, each one filled with a sense of unity with the river. As he reached the far bank, the spirit spoke once more, its tone filled with assurance. You have shown the heart and wisdom to understand the essence of the mystic river. Your path is true, and your mission just. Go with our blessing. Finn bowed deeply in gratitude before continuing on his journey, his resolve strengthened by this encounter. The river, now tranquil and shimmering in the light, seemed to pulse with a harmonious energy, a testament to the bond they had forged. Dear listener, as you drift off to sleep, let the story of Finn and the mystic river remind you of the power of trust and harmony. Allow the gentle flow of the river's current to carry you into a peaceful, restorative slumber, where dreams of balance and unity await. The guardian of the bridge awaited Finn as he ventured further into his journey. This guardian, known as Brigid, was revered in the ancient tales for her unmatched wisdom and formidable strength. As Finn approached the bridge, which spanned a wide and deep chasm, he was greeted by an imposing sight. Brigid stood tall and regal, her armor glistening like silver under the dappled forest light. Her eyes, a penetrating shade of green, seemed to see into the very depths of Finn's soul, assessing his true nature. Brigid stepped forward, her presence commanding and serene, and addressed Finn. To cross this bridge, she began, her voice resonating with authority and grace. You must prove your courage and wisdom. These trials are not just tests of might but of the heart and mind. Finn listened intently, understanding the gravity of the challenge before him. He remembered the teachings of Eleonora and the trials he had already overcome, drawing strength from these experiences. The first test Brigid presented was of courage. She summoned forth an illusion of a fierce dragon, its fiery breath and mighty roar echoing through the chasm. The dragon, though not real, appeared terrifyingly lifelike, its eyes blazing with ferocity. Face this dragon without faltering, Brigid commanded, and show me that your heart is true. Finn stood his ground, his heartbeat steady and his resolve unshaken. He walked toward the illusory dragon, his eyes locked onto its fiery gaze. With every step, his calm and fearless demeanor caused the dragon to diminish until it vanished completely, leaving only a faint trace of smoke. Pleased with his display of courage, Brigid then presented the test of wisdom. She handed Finn a riddle etched onto a tablet of stone. Solve this, and you shall prove the depth of your understanding. The riddle spoke of the interconnectedness of all things, of how the elements of nature, earth, water, fire, and air, are bound in an eternal circle of balance. Finn pondered the riddle, recalling the lessons from the enchanted forest and the harmony he felt with the mystic river. He answered with clarity, explaining how each element is essential and how they flow into one another, maintaining the delicate balance of the world. Brigid's stern demeanor softened as she listened to Finn's answer, nodding in approval. You have shown both courage and wisdom. You are worthy of crossing this bridge." She then lowered her weapon, a majestic spear that glowed with an ancient light, and stepped aside, allowing Finn to pass. As Finn walked across the bridge, he felt a profound sense of accomplishment and a deeper connection to the land and its guardians. The bridge, sturdy and ancient, seemed to hum with the energy of those who had crossed before him, their bravery and wisdom carved into its very stones. With each step, Finn felt the weight of his mission lightening, his purpose clearer and more resolute. He knew that the trials were not just obstacles but crucial experiences that forged his path forward. And so, dear listener, as you rest, let the tale of Brigid and the bridge remind you that true courage and wisdom lie within. Allow the serenity of the journey to guide you into a tranquil sleep, where dreams of valor and insight await. The Hidden Valley was a place steeped in both serenity and mystery, a hidden gem nestled deep within the heart of the Celtic lands. As Finn descended into the valley, he was greeted by a landscape that seemed to exist in a world all its own. The air was filled with a gentle, otherworldly stillness, broken only by the soft rustling of leaves and the occasional distant call of a nightingale. This valley, untouched by time, held an ethereal beauty that was both inviting and tinged with an inexplicable eeriness. The valley was surrounded by towering cliffs, their faces covered in ancient, twisted ivy, and adorned with delicate, luminescent flowers that seemed to glow with an inner light. Small streams wove their way through the lush greenery, their water sparkling like liquid crystal under the soft moonlight. Finn could feel the magic in the air, a subtle hum that resonated through the ground and up into his very bones. As he ventured further into the hidden valley, he noticed the ancient stone markers that dotted the landscape. These markers, inscribed with symbols and runes of a forgotten language, seemed to guide him along a path known only to those meant to discover its secrets. Finn approached one of these stones, tracing the carvings with his fingers. The symbols felt familiar, reminiscent of the teachings and tales passed down through generations. The deeper he moved into the valley, the more he felt the presence of something ancient and powerful. Shadows danced on the periphery of his vision, shapes that seemed to shift and change under the gentle sway of the trees. Despite the serene beauty, there was an underlying tension, as if the valley itself was watching, waiting for him to uncover its secrets. The air grew thicker, and a faint fog began to roll in, adding to the valley's mystical allure. Finn's senses were on high alert, every step taken with caution and reverence. He followed the stream until it led him to a small, secluded clearing. In the center of this clearing, a stone altar stood, covered in moss and vines. The altar exuded a quiet power, its presence commanding respect. Finn approached the altar, feeling the weight of its history and significance. Resting on the altar was a beautifully crafted chest, its wood darkened with age and adorned with intricate carvings of dragons and celestial symbols. The chest seemed to pulse with a soft golden light, beckoning him closer. With a deep breath, Finn opened the chest, revealing a collection of scrolls and artifacts. Each item seemed to hold a key to understanding the curse and the deep connection between the dragons and the land. Among the scrolls, he found one that stood out. It was written in the same ancient script as the stone markers, and as Finn carefully unrolled it, he saw a detailed map of the hidden valley. The map depicted not just the physical landscape, but also the flow of magical energies and the locations of hidden sanctuaries. It was a guide showing the path to uncovering the valley's deepest secrets and the steps needed to restore the sacred balance. Finn spent hours studying the map and the artifacts, piecing together the clues that would lead him further on his quest. The valley, with its serene surface and hidden depths, offered both solace and challenge. It was a place where the past and present melded, where the whispers of old legends could be heard in the rustle of leaves and the murmur of streams. As he prepared to continue his journey, Finn felt a profound sense of purpose and clarity. The hidden valley had bestowed upon him not just clues, but a deeper understanding of the ancient bond he sought to restore. Dear listener, as you picture the serene yet eerie hidden valley, let its beauty and mystery envelop you. Allow the gentle flow of the streams and the soft glow of the flowers to guide you into a peaceful, restorative sleep, where dreams of discovery and ancient wisdom await. The sacred grove lay at the heart of the hidden valley, a place revered in legend for its unparalleled spiritual energy and profound connection to the ancient world. As Finn approached the grove, a sense of calm washed over him, as if the very air was imbued with tranquility. The entrance to the grove was marked by two towering oaks, their branches forming a natural archway adorned with delicate moonlit blossoms that shimmered in the night. Stepping through the archway, Finn found himself in a clearing unlike any other. The grove was encircled by ancient trees whose trunks were wide and gnarled, their branches weaving together to form a protective canopy. The leaves, a vibrant green even in the moonlight, seemed to whisper sacred secrets with every rustle. At the center of the grove stood a majestic oak, its bark etched with symbols and runes that glowed faintly, hinting at the tree's ancient wisdom. The ground beneath Finn's feet was covered in a soft, mossy carpet, cool and inviting. Small, luminescent flowers dotted the landscape, casting a gentle glow that illuminated the grove with a soothing light. A gentle breeze stirred the air, carrying with it the scent of fresh pine and wildflowers, mingling with the sweet aroma of incense from an unseen source. Finn felt a profound sense of reverence as he knelt before the central oak. He placed his hands on its rough bark, feeling the pulse of ancient power flow through him. It was as if the tree was alive with memories, its roots reaching deep into the earth and connecting with the very soul of the land. As Finn closed his eyes, he could almost hear the whispers of the past, the voices of those who had come before him, seeking wisdom and guidance in this sacred place. The spiritual energy of the grove began to envelop Finn, filling him with a sense of peace and clarity. He breathed deeply, allowing the grove's calming presence to wash over him. In this moment of stillness, he felt a deep connection to the land and the dragons, as if their spirits were intertwined with the very essence of the grove. The weight of his journey, the trials he had faced, seemed to melt away, replaced by a profound sense of purpose and unity. As he meditated, Finn felt a gentle warmth spread through his body, starting from his hands and flowing outward. The runes on the central oak began to glow more brightly, and a soft melodic hum filled the air. Finn opened his eyes to see ethereal shapes moving around the grove, figures of light that danced gracefully among the trees. They were the spirits of the grove, guardians of its sacred energy, and they acknowledged Finn's presence with a gentle nod. One spirit, more radiant than the others, approached Finn. It was a figure of serene beauty, with eyes that mirrored the depths of the night sky and a presence that exuded wisdom and grace. the spirit reached out, placing a hand on Finn's shoulder, and spoke in a voice that resonated like a gentle breeze. "You have come seeking wisdom and renewal," the spirit said. "The grove has seen your journey and the purity of your heart. Here you shall find the guidance you seek." Finn felt a wave of gratitude as the spirit led him to a small, crystal-clear pool at the edge of the grove. The water glowed with an inner light, reflecting the stars above. The spirit gestured for Finn to kneel by the pool. "Gaze into the water," the spirit instructed, "and let its clarity reveal the path forward." Finn complied, peering into the depths of the pool. As he looked, the water began to swirl, forming images that told a story of harmony and balance, of the sacred bond between dragons and humans. The visions showed Finn the ancient rituals that once maintained this balance, the offerings made with pure intentions, and the ceremonies that honored the interconnectedness of all life. He saw the faces of ancient druids, their hands raised in supplication, and the dragons, their eyes filled with understanding and respect. These images filled Finn with a deeper understanding of his mission and the steps needed to restore the bond. The spirit then handed Finn a small vial filled with the glowing water from the pool. "This water carries the essence of the grove," the spirit explained. "It is a symbol of unity and purification. Use it wisely, and it will aid you in your quest to lift the curse and restore balance." Finn accepted the vial with reverence, feeling the weight of its significance. As the first light of dawn began to filter through the canopy, Finn rose, feeling renewed and empowered by his spiritual experience in the sacred grove. The grove's energy seemed to pulse in harmony with his own, a reminder of the deep connection he now shared with this ancient place. With the vial of sacred water and the wisdom imparted to him, Finn felt prepared for the next steps of his journey. Dear listener, as you envision Finn's serene and transformative experience in the sacred grove, let its tranquility and wisdom envelop you. Allow the gentle hum of the grove's energy to guide you into a peaceful, restorative sleep, where dreams of unity and ancient knowledge await. The confrontation with the dragon began with an ominous stillness that settled over the hidden valley. Finn, now equipped with the wisdom of the sacred grove and the strength of his trials, stepped forward with a heart full of both anticipation and reverence. The path leading to the dragon's lair was marked by ancient stones, their surfaces worn smooth by time, but still vibrant with the symbols of protection and power. As Finn approached, the air seemed to thicken, charged with an almost palpable energy. Each step he took echoed softly, blending into the symphony of the valley's whispers. Finn's senses heightened. He could feel the presence of the dragon long before he saw it. The earth beneath his feet trembled slightly, and the air carried a faint sulfuric scent mixed with the fresh aroma of pine and wildflowers. His heartbeat synchronized with the rhythm of the valley, a steady drum that resonated with the profound connection he had forged on this journey. The entrance to the lair came into view, a cavern yawning wide at the base of a cliff, its edges adorned with glowing, luminescent moss that seemed to pulse in time with his own heartbeat. Drawing a deep breath, Finn stepped into the cavern, the cool air inside a stark contrast to the warmth of the valley outside. Shadows danced on the walls, cast by the flickering light of the luminescent moss. The sound of his footsteps echoed, creating a haunting melody that seemed to guide him deeper into the dragon's domain. His grip tightened on the vial of sacred water from the sacred grove, its gentle glow reminding him of the unity and purpose that had brought him here. As Finn moved deeper into the cavern, he felt the presence of the dragon grow stronger. The air grew warmer, and the faint sound of breathing, slow and rhythmic, became more pronounced. The path opened up into a vast chamber, illuminated by the soft glow of crystals embedded in the walls. In the center of the chamber, the dragon lay coiled, its massive form both awe-inspiring and intimidating. The scales of the dragon glistened in the light, a kaleidoscope of emerald and sapphire hues that seemed to shift and shimmer with every breath it took. The dragon's eyes, deep pools of molten gold, opened slowly as Finn stepped forward. Their gaze was intense, filled with a mix of ancient wisdom and a flicker of curiosity. The air was thick with tension as Finn and the dragon regarded each other, the silence between them heavy with unspoken words. Finn felt the weight of the dragon's gaze, as if it were searching his soul, assessing his intentions and the truth of his heart. With a calm and steady voice, Finn began to speak. He recounted the plight of his people, the suffering brought on by the curse, and the journey that had led him to this moment. His words were filled with sincerity and humility, echoing the teachings of Eleonora and the guidance of the sacred grove. As he spoke, he lifted the vial of sacred water, its glow casting a soft light that danced on the walls of the chamber. "I come not to demand nor to claim," Finn said, his voice steady and resolute. "I come to seek your forgiveness and to restore the bond that was broken. The people of my village have remembered the old ways, the respect and reverence that were once shared between us and your kind. We seek to heal and to honor the sacred balance that has been lost." The dragon's eyes narrowed slightly, its breath a deep and resonant rumble that filled the chamber. For a moment, the silence was deafening, every heartbeat of Finn's echoed in the stillness. Then, with a slow and deliberate motion, the dragon raised its head, its golden eyes locking onto Finn's. The air seemed to vibrate with an ancient power, a connection that transcended words and time. "You speak truth, brave one," the dragon's voice echoed in Finn's mind, a deep melodic timbre that resonated with the essence of the earth itself. "Your journey has shown your courage, wisdom, and heart. The bond between our kinds has indeed been fractured, but I sense the sincerity in your plea and the purity of your intentions." Finn felt a wave of relief wash over him, mingled with a sense of awe at the dragon's presence and the gravity of their encounter. Holding the vial aloft, he stepped closer, the sacred water shimmering brightly in the soft light. This water from the sacred grove carries the essence of unity and purification. It is a symbol of our commitment to restoring what has been lost. The dragon's eyes softened, a glimmer of understanding and acceptance shining through. With a slow, graceful motion, the dragon extended a clawed hand, and Finn carefully poured the sacred water over it. The water glowed brighter as it touched the dragon's scales, a soft hum filling the air as the energy of the grove melded with the essence of the dragon. A deep, resonant sigh escaped the dragon's lips, and the air seemed to lighten, the tension easing as the energy of the curse began to dissipate. The glow of the crystals intensified, casting a warm, welcoming light throughout the chamber. "Your act of humility and respect has rekindled the bond," the dragon's voice echoed gently. "The curse shall be lifted and the land shall be healed." Finn bowed deeply, gratitude and relief filling his heart. As he turned to leave the chamber, the dragon's voice followed him, a gentle reminder of the journey's true purpose. Remember, brave one, the balance between our kinds is sacred. Nurture it with respect and understanding, and the harmony of the land shall endure. Dear listener, as you journey with Finn through this intense and profound encounter, let the spirit of unity and balance guide you. Allow the glow of the sacred water and the wisdom of the dragon to envelop you, leading you into a peaceful, restorative sleep where dreams of harmony and renewal await. The dragon's true nature was as complex and layered as the ancient tapestry of the Celtic lands themselves. As the curse began to lift and the air in the cavern lightened, Finn sensed that the dragon had more to reveal. With a gentle nod of understanding, he stood before the majestic creature, feeling an unspoken connection deepening between them. Before you depart, brave one, the dragon's voice rumbled softly. It is time for you to know the true nature of my kind and the story behind our curse. The dragon's molten gold eyes softened with a mixture of sorrow and ancient wisdom, and it began to share its tale. Long ago, we dragons lived in harmony with the people of these lands, our fates intertwined with the very fabric of nature. We were not mere beasts but guardians of the earth, embodiments of its sacred energy. Our scales, shimmering with the colors of the elements, held the power to heal and protect. Our breath could summon the rains or kindle the fires that nurtured life. We were revered not for our might, but for the balance we maintained. The dragon paused, its eyes reflecting the distant past. However, this harmony was shattered by a betrayal born of greed. A covetous chieftain, in his lust for power and treasure, sought to control our magic. He deceived his people into believing that harnessing the dragon's power would bring prosperity. A band of warriors, driven by false promises, attacked our sacred lairs, seeking to plunder our treasures. Finn listened intently, his heart heavy with the weight of the dragon's sorrow. We dragons, bound by our sacred duty to protect the land, responded with fury. But our wrath, though just, brought unintended consequences. In our rage, we unleashed a curse that not only punished the betrayers, but also disrupted the delicate balance of nature. The land withered, and the bond between dragons and humans was fractured. The dragon's eyes glistened with regret. The curse was a reflection of our pain and betrayal, a wound that festered for generations. But within every curse lies the seed of redemption. Your journey, brave one, has rekindled hope and shown that the bond can be restored. In truth, the nature of my kind is not one of vengeance, but of guardianship and wisdom. We seek to protect, to heal, and to guide those who honor the sacred balance. Finn felt a profound sense of understanding and empathy for the dragon. How can we ensure that this balance is maintained? He asked, his voice filled with reverence. The dragon's gaze was steady and wise. By honoring the ancient ways, by respecting the interconnectedness of all life. Remember the rituals and teachings of the sacred grove, the wisdom of Eleonora, and the courage of your trials. Teach your people to live in harmony with nature, to give as much as they take, and to protect the sacred sites. The true nature of dragons will always be to guard and guide, but the responsibility of maintaining balance lies with all who inhabit this land. As the dragon's story concluded, Finn felt a renewed sense of purpose and clarity. The cavern, once filled with the weight of the curse, now pulsed with a gentle, healing light. The dragon's true nature, revealed through its tail, illuminated the path forward, a path of unity, respect, and wisdom. Dear listener, as you absorb the dragon's tale, let the lessons of guardianship and the sacred balance fill your heart. Allow the ancient wisdom of the dragon to guide you into a deep, restful sleep, where dreams of harmony and protection surround you. Breaking the curse, Finn knew that the moment had come to use every ounce of bravery and wisdom he had gathered on his journey. As he stood before the dragon, with the sacred water from the grove still glowing softly in his hand, he remembered the teachings of the seer Eleonora and the trials he had overcome. He felt a profound sense of connection to the ancient spirits and the land, guiding his every action. Finn began by reciting the ancient incantation he had learned in the sacred grove, his voice steady and filled with reverence. The words flowed out, resonating with the power of the grove, the enchanted forest, and the trials of valor. Each syllable seemed to weave a tapestry of light and energy around him, creating a bridge between the human world and the realm of the dragons. As the incantation reached its climax, Finn poured the glowing water onto the earth at the dragon's feet. The water seemed to sparkle and dance, spreading out in a radiant circle, and the ground beneath began to hum with energy. The dragon watched intently, its eyes reflecting the light of the sacred water. The air grew thick with an almost tangible sense of magic, and the ancient stones around them began to radiate a soft, pulsating glow. Finn then stepped forward, his heart pounding but his gaze unwavering. He placed his hand on the dragon's mighty claw, feeling the warmth and power beneath the scales. By the bond of this land, by the wisdom of our ancestors, and by the sacred trust between our kinds, let the curse be lifted, Finn declared with conviction. The dragon closed its eyes, as if in deep contemplation, and for a moment the entire valley seemed to hold its breath. Then slowly, a brilliant light began to emanate from the dragon, spreading through the cavern like a wave of pure energy. The light touched everything it encountered: the stones, the earth, the very air, cleansing and renewing. A deep, resonant voice echoed in Finn's mind. Your bravery and wisdom have restored what was lost. The balance shall be mended, and the curse shall be no more. The dragon let out a powerful roar that reverberated through the valley, shaking the very ground and sending ripples of energy far and wide. The light continued to spread, reaching beyond the cavern and into the cursed lands. Finn felt a rush of warmth and relief as the oppressive weight of the curse lifted, replaced by a sense of peace and harmony. Outside the cavern, the once withered land began to show signs of renewal. Green shoots sprouted from the earth, rivers started to flow once more, and the song of birds returned to the forests. The villagers, sensing the change, looked around in awe and gratitude as life returned to their fields and homes. Finn, with a heart full of hope and pride, bowed deeply to the dragon. Thank you for your guidance and trust, he said. We will honor the sacred balance and the bond between our kinds. The dragon nodded, its eyes shimmering with approval and a hint of gratitude. Remember, brave warrior, the true strength lies in unity and respect. Go forth and nurture the harmony you have restored. As Finn left the cavern, he felt a profound sense of accomplishment and purpose. He carried with him not just the memory of his journey, but the deep wisdom and understanding that had been imparted to him. He knew that the responsibility of maintaining this balance now lay with him and his people, that the bond with the dragons was a sacred trust that should never be broken again. Dear listener, as you listen to Finn's triumph and the breaking of the curse, let his bravery and wisdom remind you that even the deepest wounds can be healed with courage and respect for the ancient bonds. Allow this tale to guide you into a peaceful, restorative sleep where dreams of harmony and renewal embrace you. The village rejoices. The transformation was like a rebirth for the village of Dúnmharú. As the curse lifted and the land began to heal, a wave of joy and relief spread through the community. The once silent and desolate streets filled with the sounds of laughter and music, the air buzzing with the spirit of celebration. Villagers gathered in the square, their faces glowing with happiness and newfound hope. Children who had known only the hardships of the curse now ran freely, their laughter echoing through the fields that were once barren but now teeming with green shoots and vibrant flowers. The aroma of freshly baked bread and roasted meats filled the air, a stark contrast to the days of scarcity. Long tables were set up in the village square, adorned with colorful cloths and laden with an abundance of food and drink. Families and friends sat together sharing meals and stories, their hearts light with the joy of renewal. The village elders, who had guided the community through the darkest times, now wore expressions of deep contentment and pride. They spoke of the bravery of Finn and the importance of the ancient bond restored between humans and dragons, their words met with cheers and applause. A great bonfire was lit at the center of the square, its flames dancing high into the night sky, casting a warm glow on the faces of the revelers. Musicians played lively tunes on fiddles and flutes, and soon the square was filled with villagers dancing, their movements a joyful expression of their relief and happiness. The blacksmith, whose forge had been a rare source of warmth during the curse, now crafted intricate decorations and tokens of gratitude for Finn and the other villagers. The healer, her heart lighter, prepared special herbal brews to toast to the village's good health and future prosperity. She moved through the crowd, offering words of blessing and healing, her wisdom respected by all. Even the animals seemed to sense the shift. Livestock roamed freely in the fields, their coats glossy and eyes bright. Birds sang from the treetops, and the village dogs barked happily, joining in the festivities with wagging tails. As the night wore on, the celebrations continued with a sense of unity and shared purpose. Finn, the hero of the hour, was lifted high on the shoulders of his fellow villagers, their cheers a testament to their gratitude and admiration. He spoke humbly, thanking them for their support and reminding them of the lessons learned from the journey. His words were a call to honor the sacred balance and to cherish the newfound harmony. The celebrations extended beyond the village, with neighboring communities joining in, their own lands revitalized by the lifted curse. Bonds were strengthened and alliances formed, all grounded in the shared experience of triumph over adversity. From that day forward, the village of Dúnmharú thrived, its people living in harmony with nature and the ancient spirits of the land. The story of Finn and the dragon's curse became a beloved legend, passed down through generations as a reminder of the power of courage, respect, and unity. Dear listener, as you drift into sleep, let the joyous celebration of the village of Dúnmharú fill your heart with warmth and hope. Envision the laughter, the music, and the unity, and allow these images to guide you into a peaceful, restorative slumber where dreams of harmony and renewal await. Guided sleep meditation. Close your eyes and take a deep, calming breath. Inhale slowly, feeling the air fill your lungs, and then exhale gently, releasing any tension from your body. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of the hidden valley, the air crisp and fresh with the scent of pine and wildflowers. The sun is setting, casting a golden glow over the landscape, and a gentle breeze rustles the leaves around you. With each breath, feel the peaceful energy of this enchanted place flow through you, grounding you and easing your mind. Picture the path before you, leading into the heart of the valley, lined with ancient stone markers that guide your way. As you walk, feel the soft earth beneath your feet and hear the gentle babble of a nearby stream. The sound is soothing, a natural melody that invites you to relax and let go of the worries of the day. Continue to breathe deeply and steadily, each inhale bringing in tranquility, each exhale releasing tension. Imagine the trees around you, their branches forming a protective canopy above, filtering the soft light of the setting sun. The air is filled with the sweet aroma of blooming jasmine and the faint, distant song of a nightingale. With every step, you feel more at peace, more connected to the ancient wisdom of this sacred land. As you walk, you come upon a clearing where a gentle stream flows over smooth stones, its water sparkling under the fading light. Kneel by the stream and dip your hands into the cool, refreshing water. Feel its soothing touch and imagine it washing away any remaining stress or tension. Let the energy of the stream rejuvenate you, filling you with a sense of calm and clarity. Now close your eyes and listen to the gentle flow of the water, the rustling leaves, and the distant calls of the forest creatures. These sounds create a symphony of nature, a lullaby that invites you to drift into a state of deep relaxation. As you stand, the path before you continues to the sacred grove, where the ancient oak trees stand tall and wise. Each tree is a guardian of the land, its roots deep in the earth and branches reaching toward the sky. Feel the presence of these majestic trees, their energy enveloping you with a sense of protection and peace. Picture yourself standing before the central oak, its bark etched with glowing runes that pulse with a gentle light. Place your hand on the tree, feeling its ancient power flow through you, grounding you and filling you with tranquility. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, imagine the runes glowing brighter, their light spreading through the grove and into your very being. This light is warm and calming, a reminder of the unity and balance that exists within you and the world around you. Now, find a comfortable spot to sit or lie down, feeling the soft moss beneath you. Close your eyes and let the gentle hum of the grove's energy surround you. Imagine the spirits of the grove, ethereal beings of light, dancing gracefully among the trees. They acknowledge your presence with a gentle nod, their movements a serene ballet that soothes your soul. As you breathe in, feel the energy of the grove filling your lungs, and as you breathe out, let go of any remaining tension or worry. Allow the tranquility of this sacred place to wash over you, lulling you into a deeper state of relaxation. Picture the glowing water from the pool, a symbol of unity and purification, flowing through you, cleansing your mind and body. With each breath, feel yourself sinking deeper into the soothing embrace of the grove, the sounds of nature creating a serene backdrop. The rustling leaves, the gentle stream, and the distant calls of the night creatures all blend into a harmonious lullaby, guiding you into a peaceful, restorative sleep. Let the tale of the Celtic Dragon's curse and the journey of Finn fill your dreams with images of harmony, courage, and renewal. As you drift off, know that you are connected to the ancient wisdom of the land and the protective energy of the dragons. Allow this connection to bring you comfort and peace, carrying you into a night of restful, rejuvenating sleep. Embrace the tranquility of the hidden valley, the sacred grove, and the unity shared between humans and dragons. Let these images guide you into a deep, peaceful slumber where dreams of harmony, balance, and renewal await you. In summary, the Celtic Dragon's curse has taken us on an enchanting journey through ancient Celtic lands, where the harmony between humans and dragons was both tested and restored. We began with the mystical legend of the Celtic dragons, guardians of nature and holders of profound wisdom. We journeyed through the trials of courage, wisdom, and strength faced by the brave warrior Finn, who sought to lift the curse that had befallen his village. Guided by the wise seer Eleonora and the sacred energy of the hidden valley and the sacred grove, Finn's unwavering resolve and respect for the ancient bonds led to the dragon's forgiveness and the lifting of the curse. The land was rejuvenated, and the bond between humans and dragons was strengthened once more. As we conclude this magical tale, let Finn's courage and the dragon's wisdom remind us of the importance of unity, respect, and harmony with nature. May the peaceful energy of the Celtic lands and the lessons of this story guide you into a restful night's sleep. Close your eyes and let the tranquility of the hidden valley, the sacred grove, and the joyous celebration of the village envelop you. Allow these images to carry you into a deep, restful slumber where dreams of harmony and renewal embrace you. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Sleep well, and may peace be with you through the night.